Welcome to Shor Machshava on the Daf. The shir is sponsored for the month of Av by the Einhorn family, Leilui Nishmas and Naftali B'Rabbi Cheskel. We're holding in Chulin Daf Pei Zayin. The Gemara in Amud tells us that if someone took away a mitzvah of somebody else, he needs to pay him 10 Zehuvim. The Gemara asks is because he took the Bracha or because he took the mitzvah, and the Gemara concludes because he took the Bracha, because of the story that this min that came to Rebbe, and Rebbe offered him 40 Zehuvim instead of doing Birkas Hamazon. That means it's for every Bracha Birkas Hamazon, he gave him 10 Zehuvim you get 10 Zehuvim per Bracha. So first of all, I need to understand, what's the idea of the 10 Zehuvim? Where does this number come from? Why is it 10 Zehuvim per Bracha? So the Zerua in Hilchos Kisui Adam brings the name of Rabbi Yehuda HaChassid, that it says by Eliezer, when he came to Rivka, it says, V'yikach ha'ish nezem zov beka mishkoloi, u'shnei tzmidim al yodea, asara zov mishkolom. So he took a nose ring, and he took 2 bracelets, asara zov, and gave it to Rivka. Why does it say he took? He says, why does it say v'yikach? Should just say that he put on her this jewelry. Ella wasn't a matana. It was a payment. V'yikach loshon payment. What did he pay for? Because Rivka caused Eliezer to do a bracha. Because he said, Baruch Hashem Elokei Adoni Avram. So therefore I have to pay a Zor Zehuvim. Because that's why I know that every bracha is worth a Zor Zehuvim. So he gave the Tzmidim, which was a Zor Zov Mishkolom. So that's one makar. And the other makar there is where it brings that the Pasuk says, Maskir Levoino Mevorich Oven, which means the bracha is a replacement for the Levoino. And in the Levoino it says, Kaf achas asor zov melo k'toiris. So the pasuk is equating a bracha to k'toiris, which is asor zov. That means the bracha is worth asor zov as well. And then there was the Zerua adds, why did you have to pay asor zov and not come and just do another mitzvah? So another mitzvah is another chiyuv. It doesn't replace the original mitzvah. If you had an original mitzvah that was gone, so for that you have to do a payment of asor zovim. The Maharal Miprag has Chidushi on the tour, and Yerideh Simon Kavches. He says something similar. He says, how do I know that it's Sar Zehuvim? Because it says, Kaf achas asor zov milok toiris. Kaf is Gematria of 100, as referring to the 100 brachas a person has to do every day. And it says, Kaf achas asor zov, meaning the Kaf 100, each one of them is asor zov. And the Torah Chaim, the comment of Tzadik Aleph says, that's why the Lashon of the Gemara is Asar Zehuvim. Why Asar Zehuvim doesn't say Asar Dinarim or Sloim? Because we're using the pasuk that says Asar Zov. All the Mekaris are using Asar Zov from the pasuk. So we say Asar Zehuvim to remind me of the pasuk. Adds the Torah Chaim, the pasuk says, Ki toiv yoim bechatzarecha me'elef bocharti. So he says Chatzarecha refers to the shul. And a person has to do 100 brachas in shul. How much is 100 brachas worth? If it's 10 per bracha, it's worth 1,000. So that's what he says. Ki toiv yoim bechatzarecha, being one day in the Beis Knesses, doing 100 brachas is worth more than elef. I don't want the payment. I want the actual bracha. But the big shayla that Achronim bring, the Chassid Sofer brings it over here, and Reb Ari Tzvi Fromer, Hashem Yinkom Domoy, in its Tshuva and Simon Samachay brings the question. We know schar mitzvah behaya amoleiko. There's no payment for mitzvahs in this world. So what's shot that we're giving a Sar Zehuvim for a person who missed out on a bracha? Do we have a payment of money for a mitzvah? The Chassid Sofer adds another question. He says we know that if a person wants to do a mitzvah, he couldn't do the mitzvah, so Malim Alav Kilo Asar, Kadosh Baruch Hu will give him reward as if he did it. So a person wanted to do the mitzvah, someone took it away from him, he still would get the reward in Olam Haba. So why you pay him at all? So answers the Chassid Sofer, really these two questions answer each other. Because Char B'Olam Haba, first of all, it wasn't diminished when someone stole from him, and there's no way to replace the Schar B'Olam Haba with money. But when a person does a mitzvah, he has the gishmakite. He feels so good about himself. He has a hana in this world that he did a mitzvah. When he misses out on a mitzvah, he loses that hana, the Olam Hazadik hana. He feels he missed out. So even though in Shemayim they still will count it for him and he will have reward in Olam Haba, but he's missing out the reward of Olam Hazeh. Says the Chassid Sofer, that's the payment. The payment is not for the schar of Olam Haba. The payment is for what he lost out in the gishmak of doing a mitzvah in Olam Hazeh. And the Eretz Tzvi adds a similar way. He says, anything bin adam l'chavir in this world is only in something that has to do in Olam Hazeh, not in Olam Haba. Because the Torah deals with an neshama and guf together, not only neshama. And in addition, by Nizikne it says Re'eyu. Re'eyu is only neshama and guf together. So he says the same idea, that what you're paying is not for the Olam Haba Dikschar. You're paying for the fact that in this world, the person doesn't have the Hana knowing that he has Olam Haba waiting for him. And even though a person doesn't know what's the Tainug of Olam Haba, but at least he knows there's something there. A person missed out on a mitzvah. He feels he missed out. He's suffering in this world. That's why he pays Sar Zehuvim. This is a Hezber Nifla of the Chasman Sofer in the Eretz Tzvi. Anyone who wants to join or respond to the Shom Machshava Shurim, please email shommachshava@gmail.com.